Good evening, everyone. My name is Nelson Figueroa, and the topic that I have chose to address tonight is childhood obesity and neglect. Now, how is childhood obesity a form of neglect? And how can we solve this problem? An adult has every right to choose whether or not they want to live the way they do. But a child is under the responsibility of the adult parents that must nurture them for a good future. Obesity, as it is already America's greatest problem. But now with the rise of a new generation, we must not allow these children to end up the same way most Americans already are, overweight. You see, the National Institute of Medicine has declared that childhood obesity has drastically increased, and it is labeled a possibility due to neglect from parents or guardians, whether it be educational, medical, or other forms. A child should not be at such a very unhealthy weight. Now you may be wondering, why is it such a problem? You see, childhood obesity isn't just a problem here in America. It is a worldwide problem. With over 28 million children in just China and the United States alone suffer from obesity. Apart from that, various health issues arise from obesity at such a young age. Apnea, diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure are just some of the many examples of obesity-induced medical issues that can occur. A quote from Dennis Waitley: "The greatest gifts you can give your kids are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence." But how are we able to give our kids those roots of responsibility if we as adults and those who are parents are not responsible over the kids that we have been instructed to teach, to take care of, and to nurture? As adults ourselves, we can instruct parents on what to do and what proper nutrition looks like, and instruct kids to be able to manage themselves when eating, such as diets or just proportional eating, and how to maintain a healthy lifestyle through exercise or just having an active life, as well as offer other resources to those who have none and to those who struggle with eating disorders and obesity. Now let's take a look at how obesity has become a problem and how it has affected the youth. From the years of 2017 to 2020, the CDC has concluded that childhood obesity is around 19.7% and has affected nearly 14.9 million children from the ages of 2 to 19. And as previously mentioned, various health conditions can arise from obesity from such a young age, such as sleep apnea, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Now, childhood obesity is not just an American problem. It is such a worldwide pandemic, with China leading the statistics by over 28 million children. Next being the United States with over 13 million children, as well as other South American countries and Central American. We have Mexico, Brazil, all around the 10 to 9 million children mark, Egypt, and other Middle Eastern countries that have also shown great proportions in terms of child obese dense populations. Ultimately, as someone who has obesity is something that has affected so many people around the world. And when we look at children, we see just how bad it has gotten and how detrimental it is to their health. Here are some statistics that were pulled from CDC database regarding obesity. Now, obesity prevalence was around 12.7% among 2 to 5 year olds, 20% from 6 to 11 years old, and 22% among 12 to 19 year olds. Not just that, obesity has shown a big prevalence in minority communities. As stated here, it is around 26% among Hispanic children, 24% among non-Hispanic black children, 16% among non-Hispanic white children, and 9% among non-Hispanic Asian children. Childhood obesity is a major problem that needs to be addressed immediately, not just for our sakes, but for theirs. You see, how can we solve these problems? The CDC has also approved for health interventions where we can advocate for children who have very little resources and children who are also suffering through obesity and eating disorders. We can also give access to resources to those who have none, and medical screenings for children and teens who need them, who are unable to get these medical procedures due to lack of resources, whether it be financially or through means of transportation or just a general lack of public health care. And as stated before, many minority communities are the ones that lack health care and other forms of medical attention. And these kids are the future of the world. These kids deserve a chance to fight and live their lives fruitfully. We must give them that chance to survive by taking care of them and by nurturing them properly and accordingly.